Hello Flosstube, my name is Kristen and this is a channel about cross stitch. Today is Wednesday, November 1st. This is my October update. And welcome to anybody new and thank you to any returning viewers and subscribers. October wasn't too bad of a stitching month. I will say that we did have some sad things happen. So unfortunately we did have to say goodbye to our sweet little Rory, our chocolate lab, which I've mentioned in the past. She had cancer that was like a non-operable form of bladder cancer. So we had her for a lot longer than they expected. So that was nice. And luckily it was, not luckily, I guess luckily, things kind of went south a little quickly. So I think I said goodbye to her about a week after I did my last video. So that just kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop there for a couple of weeks. So I didn't really feel like, I did stitch. I stitched quite a bit actually. And coincidentally enough, her chart was one of the ones I had planned for stitching on in October anyway. But I just didn't feel it for like I was doing a Christmas chart I was going to give as a small at the retreat that I'm going to, which I just kind of nixed doing that. But I will show you what I did on it because I did do a little bit on it. But anyway, let's just get to the stitching stuff. So I did get a little bit of haul. I got my first Bella Filipina chart. I've been looking at this one for a while. I just felt like I have way too many charts and things already kitted up. But Cross Stitch Boutique had a 40% off sale for like 2 days, so I decided to jump on it. So I did buy, which I'm sure I'm going to butcher this name, Mayari Deity of the Moon. I believe she is part of a series of 3. I don't know all their names. I know that there's one that's kind of more yellowy that's facing the opposite direction, and there's one that's facing center, which I'm sure they would be lovely together. She's big though. I don't remember the size. She's long. She's like 331 stitches long. So I played a little bit with the fabric viewer, but I'm not gonna buy any pieces and parts for her yet. And I was thinking about maybe trying to. Sorry, I got a hair hanging on me. To maybe switch out to Delica's, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her. I'm not going to touch her for a while. Then I wanted to kit up, or start kitting up. I wanted to at least get the fabric and there's one specialty floss and some beads for the Nora Corbett Patreon's Rogue Dragon. I just wanted to start picking away at some of that. So I ended up picking out a very pale purple. This is 28 count Lugana Sprite from Picture This Plus. Yeah, it's not really picking up the purple too great on there, but it's pretty. It's light. And then it called for the water lilies in the color Black Forest, which I wasn't sure what that was going to look like, but it's definitely got browns and purples in it. So that was nice to see. I'm not sure how Black Forest was going to be. And then the beads were quite varied. There's like size 8, size 6, and a bunch of different colors. Let's see if that shows up in the plastic bag. I'll try to tip it. So there's a lot of different colors for that one. That's all I'm going to get for that one for a while. I am pretty certain I'm going to be, I know I've mentioned it before, but clearly never did put myself on a spending freeze, but we've got a lot that we're doing at the house. Christmas is coming, and just, I think I'm going to, unless people want to get me things for Christmas, which I might, maybe I'll head them in the right direction. I'm probably going to just kind of like back off shopping for a while. All right, so because I brought him up, I am going to show you the little bit that I did do. This is getting all bent up. This is Soda Stitch's Snowman. This is a freebie. So if you think he's cute, you can go on and find him. And I didn't take a picture of it. The last time I think I showed it to you, I had just started his hat, which I didn't even quite finish the hat, but. And I had him on, and this is really stiff. I had it on the hoop for like a month, so I just took it off last night. So it'll poof back out when I iron it. So I got a bunch of his hat done, but like I said, I just wasn't feeling it for a little bit. Not only that, but I really, honestly, I saw some pictures of what others have given for the smalls. I just don't feel like my stitching is up to the level of some of those other stitchers, so I would have been very self-conscious. Anyway, that's just me. So I'm maybe next year. We'll see how it goes. So then I started the month on another Nora Corbett Patreon, Spooky Cat. I just thought he was super. I love that cat butterfly look. I think he's cute. So I started him or her on 28 count Lugana that I dyed that I was super happy with. Unfortunately, I'm not super happy with the coverage of the black on it. I mean, you can just see a lot of the fabric, which I'm surprised because it's dyed, so it should have shrunk up. But I've got, I mean, I just have to do his rear end and his tail, and then, which I'm going to put him away for a while, and then the other border to this wing, and then I'm just going to wash it before I put on any of the specialty, because this is the one that has whisper and beads and some Krennic in it, so I'm just going to wash it and hope that that tightens up a little bit, which is too bad because he's really cute, and maybe once it's all together it won't bother me if it doesn't tighten up, but yeah. I struggled a little bit. I did figure it out. It looks like I figured it out. Anyways, they look pretty symmetrical, but the little, there's going to be beads and glow-in-the-dark Krennic in these sections. But if you guys, if none of you have been on the, or have been a member of the Patreon, her Patreon charts are, they're all, I can't really show it to you. You know, when you buy a Mirabilia or a Nora Corbett or any of these other charts, they're very neat. You know, they're printed, the computer's done it, or however. These are all hand-drawn, which, if any of you are interested, you know, they had the Queen City Stitch Retreat, and somebody, I can't remember who I watched, somebody recorded her whole Q&A, which was, if you're a fan of hers, was really interesting. You should watch it. But I guess that's the way she just delivers it to Witcha. Is that the company that I think produces her charts? And they're all, she just hand draws every single one of those symbols. There's just no way. I couldn't do that. And then I started, so I had 2 new starts for November, which is crazy. I started my Carl from The Walking Dead. And the artist is Scott Spillman, which I know my last video I tried to link his website, but I think he was busy doing conventions, so his website wasn't open, so I'm going to try to relink it. He's the one that I did reach out to, and he gave me permission to chart this. And I will show you how huge this is. So I am doing it on 28 count. Easy count. And I did do 801 stitches. So I'm right in kind of like, I did a center start, so it's in this kind of green section next to his nose. Did I ever tell you how I did 801 stitches? And I forget how many different shades of green that is already. I think I have that the right way. I don't remember how big this is, but it's big. I mean, it's really big. And we'll see. It was so sweet that they, I think I mentioned before when I had been emailing the artist back and forth a few times, he had said he'd like to see my progress, and I just started snickering to myself. I was like, well, it'll be a while before I can show him anything that looks like anything. But I did have fun doing that. I used Threadbare for this one. Sorry, I'm having a hard time folding it. And it doesn't seem to be super confetti heavy, which drives me crazy, which is what I mentioned and showed my Stargate, which I have decided to just kind of UFO that Stargate. It just hurts me to try to stitch on it, and it's just, life's too short to stitch on something you really don't enjoy. So I thought that I might frog all that out. There's enough in there that will be kind of hard to frog out. And then, this is kind of a side note, but I recharted it with a different picture, and I cut back actually I thought it was the same picture, but it might have been a different one that looked similar. And I cut the number of colors down to like 75 instead of almost 200. And it looks like it's going to be much more enjoyable to stitch. Unfortunately, I don't know what I did different, but it's going to be bigger, so it won't actually fit on the fabric that I love that I dyed. But I do coincidentally have 2 pieces of 29 by 29 fabric that I had bought for my large chatelaine that I haven't decided which one I'm going to stitch that on yet. So chatelaine to me is obviously going to be more of a, not that, well, yeah, I guess it's kind of more important that I pick the fabric that I really want for that. So if I end up going with the lighter colored fabric, there's a darker one that would work good for that Stargate. So, but we'll see. I am nowhere near getting ready to start that one. And then I did 652 stitches on my Chocolate Lab in the Snow, which is part of the Dog Lovers by L.A. Shepherd from Thread Geeks. And I am up in this corner. I'm trying to work down to her nose so I can start working on her face. But I am still in the corner. Oh, I do have a picture of where I started. But I talk so much that my thing just shut off. Oh, there it goes. So you can see I was up in that corner. Yeah, you can tell that I filled some stuff in. And it's deceptive. There's a lot of different, it just kind of looks like blue and white, but there's some different tones and some purples in there. I enjoyed my time stitching on that. And that is 25 count 1/1. I think most of that's DMC, but there's usually some mixture of CXE thrown into most of my stuff. And actually Spooky Cat I did at the beginning of the month, and then I worked on these and this next one, and then over this last weekend with Halloween coming, I took Spooky Cat out again and I got a lot more done. And then I worked on my Alien Tracker by Stitch Fusion. And I had a tiny bit of an outline on one alien and some of the border done, and I had, I think, all the blue in this tracker thing that I had done. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's where I was. So I did finish the border, and I don't know why I just started the other alien and I got a lot done on him, probably because I was already over here and I just worked my way across. And I did put in actually 920 stitches on this one. So yeah, I just kept, once I got over here, I just kept going. And this is on an 18 count shale by Picture This Plus. And that's all 2/1, obviously it's Ada. So that's what I got done for the month, which I'm pretty happy. I mean, I got a bunch of progress done on those. And then for what I didn't get to, which is the second month in a row I didn't get to it. This is the one full coverage chart I was trying to work on at least a little bit every month to try to get some good progress done on it, and I haven't touched it in a couple of months. Oh, sorry, my hair is just like bothering me today. So this is Heaven and Earth Designs Mini Day Night by John Shannon. And I've tackled this a couple different ways. I mean, I started in the corner, and then I wanted to see how the definition of a space was, so I worked my way down here, and then I got into here a little bit. I think the last time I ended up filling in here somewhere. So if I get any time today, because today I'm actually going to start trying to paint my living room once I'm done here. I am definitely starting with this month to make sure I get some time in. I think I did all in here the last time, so I don't know where I'm going to go. I almost feel like I should do some time up here, but I'm tempted to try to fill in some of this too. We'll see. See what I feel like when I get them on the Q-Snap. So I'm just rolling right into my plans for November. And November is Doctor Who is coming back for its 60th anniversary. So I'm going to pull out my TARDIS Galaxy by White Raven, which, for some unknown reason, this is my little chatelaine in this, for whatever reason, I have 32 count. I think I bought this. This is Da Vinci's 32 count Laguna from Picture This Plus. I think I bought that small of a piece for like just so I could see what it looked like, and then I was like, oh, this will fit on there, that'll be great. And it's just really snug for me, so I have a hard time. I should try, I don't know, you guys, I like the little petites, but I do have a ballpoint. I don't know if I should try the ballpoint on that. Maybe it would make my life easier. I doubt I'm going to get it done, but it would be lovely if I did. But I am going to, because it's like, it almost feels like a carpet. It's so thick. Anyway, pardon me. I am going to work on that a little bit. And then I decided to take out my Heaven and Earth Designs Quick Stitch, The Phantom of the Opera, artwork by Amy Stewart. This was my birthday start last year, and I've only worked on it twice. I worked on it for my birthday last year and this year. So I'm going to try to pull this one out and give it a little bit of attention, not only on my birthday. Sorry, I thought I had these folded already. We're getting there. Let's see if it'll focus. So we'll see how we do there. I switched out the Krennic for the Petite Treasure braid. I have to say I don't really love working on either of them. So, but it's there, so we have to. Well, I suppose we don't have to, but I'm going to. Then I was trying to figure out, because I leave for the retreat on Friday, so in a couple of days. And I know I've mentioned I've never been to one. I almost thought about canceling, because I just have so many things I could do here, and then my nerves start getting the better of me. You know, I'm not super great. I'm an introvert, and walking into a place where a lot of these people have probably been there multiple years and know each other. I'm not going to know anybody, but I'm just going to go for it. So, but I did want to try to bring things that were just either easy for me to see without a magnifier. I know lighting is an issue there. It doesn't seem like, I've never, as I've mentioned, never been to one, but from what I've seen online of other stitchers that do little videos and updates after their retreats, it looks like most of them tend to be like in a hotel with like the ballroom is all set up and it's just tables and you sit at a table with your table mates, and this is different. This is like a farm and inn, so it just seems like, from what I understand, people can just sit and stitch wherever they want. So I guess lighting can be an issue. I don't know if there's going to be an issue with power and being able to plug things in, so my kids are going to let me borrow their little power banks. And I've got like the things that go around your neck with the little magnifier and the light, and I've got the little head thing. But I just want this to be a nice, relaxing, easy weekend for me. So anyway, I tried to choose things that I could probably see without a magnifier. I'm not 100% certain on this one, but I need to pull this one out anyway. So I'm going to bring Mirabilia's The Kiss. I just have to remember to bring a lot of my projects, I have the floss in them, but this I have to actually bring one of the bobbin boxes. So I can't remember when I took this one out last. I think it goes this way. And you have to excuse the hanging threads. I didn't serge this because I don't have a serger. So that's where I am. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it goes that way because I think her dress kind of flows this way. I enjoy this one. My son got me that chart for Christmas last year because that one is harder to find. I think that's an out of print. Pretty sure that's an out of print one. And then I also decided to bring out I'm just going to bring this whole little packet. It has all my Ink Circles Elemental Dragons in it. So the ones that I have started, I will pull out first. So the first one I started was Fire, and I think I'm about a quarter of the way done with this one. And these first two I chose Picture This Plus fabrics. Everything's on 18 count. This one is Earthen. These are the ones where I was kind of not super stoked about. Open it up. See how there's like modeling on the edges, but nothing in the middle, which I kind of wish it would look like this all the way around. But it is what it is. I wasn't going to get another piece. Plus, when you fill it, when this gets all filled in, I don't think you'll see it, especially if I frame it. I'll frame it a little bit. I don't know. Anyway. And I'm using Weeks Dye Works Brick for the floss on that. And this one I can see as long as I have good light on this count. And then I also have worked on Earth, which Fire I have bought the actual paper chart. The other three I bought PDF, so I have to bring my Chromebook, which, like I said, I don't know. I'm not sure which way this goes. I don't suppose it really matters. And this is like this is a Picture This Plus Jade, I believe. Usually I keep the sticker. I've worked on this a couple times. I started this on Mother's Day, and then I took it out one more time a couple months ago. So I could work on either of those, easy enough. Or I could also start, which would be silly, but I could if I wanted to. I also have Air, which I'm tempted because those are my colors. With Air, and then I also have Water, which I do. I might as well show you since I'm on a roll here. I bought, I'm not going to be able to pronounce them. I kept the packages so I could tell you what they were. The other two I got from Chromatic Alchemy. The one for Air is Malva, which she made me just some 12 by 12 pieces. So that's a pretty, again, the purples aren't really showing up on my camera today. And I got all Weeks Dye Works. The Weeks Dye Works for Earth was, I don't remember. Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I have the Onyx. This was the one, actually, I think I told this story before. I had the shipment from 123 Stitch came way earlier than I expected, and I got home in the afternoon and I couldn't figure out what was on the ground, and it was my fabric, and all of the Weeks Dye Works was just all over the place. The dogs had gotten the bag and went and had fun with it. And when I was stitching on this the last time, sorry about the crinkling, some of the, I washed everything and hung it to dry, and then some of the floss was breaking. I was like, oh no. So maybe it wasn't as good as I thought. So I did purchase one more skein of the Onyx just to make sure I didn't run out. I don't know if you can really see. There's like browns and blacks in there. And then for, sorry, I'm just a crinkly mess. I didn't really prepare this one very well. Just pull these out. For Air and for Water, I bought Eggplant for Air, which is a darker, darker purpley color, which I think will look really nice. And then for Air, I got Peacoat because I thought it was going to be more blue. And it's kind of bluish greenish, but no, this is for Water. So I think that'll still be okay. Yeah, it's really not picking up on me. The modeling on that one is much more subtle. Well, I'll fix all that later. So that is my plans for my retreat and for my overall November plans. Anyway, so I do have my winners for the giveaway. Let me get those pulled up. I did pick them this morning. Tablet shut off again. And the first one, let's see if I can make this bigger. It's not very clear. Let's see this one. Well, the person who got the Cricut Collections Friends and Flowers and the fabric that went with that is Ethel Whedon. And I emailed it to myself. I don't know if this will be helpful. It's hard to see. It's kind of fuzzy. So Ethel Whedon, I'm going to link my channel's email so you can send me your address. And then we have, I was scrolling through my list of subscribers and I feel like there's a bunch of, there may be some other Flosstubers in there that I have to go check out their channels. So the Bent Creek Autumn Arches and the fabric that I had placed to go with that is going to a Lady Marmalade in Stitches. So again, just give me your information and I will mail those out to you. Sorry, it's kind of fuzzy, but those are the winners. And so next month it'll be my 1 year anniversary. My first video I did in very late November last year. So I was trying to think about what I wanted to do over the next couple of months because it's been a year. So I think I am going to do another, I know 2 months in a row, but I'm going to do another giveaway when I do my November update. So that'll be around December 1st. And if you guys think you would like it, so I was planning on giving away one of the Heaven and Earth stockings that I have. I'm just not sure. I know that I would have a hard time stitching that on paper. I mean, they're large print format, but I thought that I would give away one of those as a Christmas giveaway and just kind of like another thank you for my anniversary month. And I'm going to do a whip parade, I think, also as part of my November update. And then for December, well, that December update will obviously be at the new year. I'm going to do like a kit parade. So I'll do like a whip parade and then a kit parade. And then I don't know what you guys think of a monthly format. I don't know if I actually have enough to show every month or if I should just start doing like every other month. Feel free to give me any feedback. Or if you're just tired of me, that's okay too. You can give me that feedback. So yeah. So I did just make some notes. This is just non-stitchy stuff. So I haven't been really picking up any books, but I have listened to, well, it's October, so I did do a lot of Halloween type stuff. So Bram Stoker's Dracula, I listened to that book and also watched the 2 versions. I watched the Gary Oldman version and also the Bela Lugosi version, which I like them both. I have a little bit of a hard time sometimes with the bad accents on me. I shouldn't say anything, especially with my accent, but with, yeah, I love Keanu Reeves, but that was a tough one. And then I went into like zombie mode and I went back to like my high school days and watched Return of the Living Dead, 1985, which is a much different experience watching it as a 50-something-year-old than a 15-year-old, but it still made me laugh. And then I also, actually last night, because last night was Halloween, rewatched the 2004 Ving Rhames version of Dawn of the Dead, which was good. If you guys haven't watched that and you like, that genre, that one was really good. I also listened to a book called Born of Water, which I believe it's the first of like, I'm guessing 4. I liked it. I mean, it's the Elemental series, so I'm pretty sure they fall into like the young adult category. So it was not particularly in-depth, thought-provoking book, but it was a kind of a just escape. I sometimes listen when I stitch or I listen in the car. So if you like, that one was a mermaid related one. I think it's basically these like 4 friends, and each one of them, they all go away for the summer, and I think it's probably going to end up being each of their experiences while they're away. I know there's Born of Fire, Born of Earth. I think there's 4 of them. I have no idea what the other ones, what their creatures are, but those might be interesting. So really that's all I have. I know I did a little non-stitchy at the beginning and at the end. So that's my mishmash plans, and I hope everybody has a lovely November. Happy Thanksgiving ahead of time to all my US watchers and subscribers, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.